Hey, welcome to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Jamerathon is in full gear here on Easter Sunday.
All right.
We're rocking and rolling.
It's the last day of Jamerathon, isn't it?
Well, it may continue until probably Wednesday might be the last day of it.
Okay.
I won't be on the other. Well, yeah, I might actually do some beer reviews when I get home at night.
There you go.
Yeah.
What, from work?
Yeah, I might do one or two and then go to bed.
That sounds great, Jammer. I'm doing Nutz Voltz by Highland Brewing. I did this a few months ago. Beer Advocate gives this one a measly NA and 5.8% ABV American Porter.
And I do Terrapin. I'm doing Terrapin's Imperial Luau Passion Fruit Orange Guava IPA. It's the Krunkle thing. It says on the back here, surfing a big wave is like brewing a big beer. Our Imperial Luau POG IPA rips with its 4 varieties of hops and intense flavors of passion fruit, orange, and guava for a exhilarating ride you'll never forget. Aloha! And it does have some interesting hops there: Columbus, Cascade, Centennial, Simcoe, Citra, Galaxy, and Amarillo. It says only four hops, but that's the 4 hops they dry hop with, which was Amarillo, Citra, and Galaxy, and Simcoe. The malts is 2-row, Ashburn, wheat, honey malt, and of course passion fruit, orange, and guava.
Wow. This has, according to Beer Advocate, Apollo hops and Fort Hood, and then it says Grist, which I'm assuming is malt, is 2-row, caramel 60, chocolate malt, midnight wheat, and flaked oak. And it does have adjunct in it, Jammer. It has Dynamite coffee and toasted coconut.
Sounds actually good.
2 adjuncts you might not mind, right?
Coffee and coconut. I'm okay with that. Yeah. That's like the coffee coconut porter, type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you remember me doing this one. It's a really strong black coffee smell and taste. So, yeah.
Well, mine is just the aroma is just bellowing out of the glass because I poured it so hard it just released everything, and I'm getting big sensations of passion fruit, orange, and guava there, most definitely, and it smells juicy. It smells like it might actually fresh and delicious, actually. So we'll see. It's got a kind of almost brassy yellow, orange color, and then the head is like a little like very light orangish brown. Up close you can't see it on the camera, I'm sure, but it's got that. Yeah, I'm getting all the very malty, hoppy. Yeah, I'm getting that, and it smells delicious. So I'm really excited to have this one, Shagdog. Hopefully, it's as good as I think it might be. You never know. You know what I mean?
This one's got like a tan head, a tannish beige head, dark head, still about 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
This one's about as dark as that Jamaican girl I dated for a short time.
Yeah.
And, it works on the lips pretty good, like a Jamaican lady also.
All right. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Happy Easter.
Hey, salute. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know about this one.
What's the date on it?
There is no date, so that probably they took acetone and wiped it off.
Yeah. Most of those Terrapins I don't find to be too bad, but
there is one on there. It's just that it's etched into the can, and it's not. I can't see it. It's so faint. BBD D1 something.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Best before date.
Huh.
And I can't make out the rest.
Well, give it that little swirl in your mouth like you usually do. Maybe you'll. Yeah.
Did I tell you what the alcohol was on this?
No.
It's a 6.5, and it gets 87 by the BA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, yeah.
no score in this one. It's a seasonal, I believe, a winter seasonal by them or something. I bought like I don't know if it was a 6-pack, like came in a little box or something. It might have been a 6-pack. I don't know. Which I don't like buying, especially beers I've never had before, 6-packs or 12-packs.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the heck? I probably won't see it again. Let me get it. So I tried it once a few months ago. I didn't give it a really great score. It's just a really strong coffee, but it's actually not that bad. Strong coffee, a slight coconut, not overwhelming coconut. I'd probably give it a higher score this time. Maybe it's just the mood I'm in.
For me, it's very citrusy more than anything. Passion fruit is there, but it's very light. Guava is there, it's very light. Orange is there, it's very light. But it's citrusy in the sense of like citrus, bitter, piney citrus, bitter, grapefruit bitter type flavor. It's overpowered by that, and then the alcohol is not very well masked, and it's very little alcohol, but in comparison to some of the other beers we drank all the time, but it comes out bolder in this for some reason, and it might be because I've gotten the old one. I don't know, but it doesn't taste that great. This is like, I can almost tell you right now, I'll give it a C because I do get some of the other qualities that they're talking about out of it. But I just give it a swallow, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
It's nothing impressive. I'm very disappointed in it.
I think you'd like this one. If you remember the Cocoa Brown or whatever by Kona Brewing,
Yeah.
imagine that, but with way less coconut and a blacker coffee. It's pretty much what you get. It's not as sickening as a Kona. Even though I liked it, it was just too much coconut.
It was too, and it tasted like the shredded coconut flavor. You know, it's almost artificial. You know.
Yeah.
It was too much. I mean, it was good, and I liked it, but it was really teetering on the too much area.
This last time I drank this, all I could pick up mainly was the strong black coffee. I wasn't picking up. Maybe I had a cold or something that week. I'm picking up the coconut more now. Maybe I let it lager a little bit in the fridge, and it's picking up a little bit more. It's not an overwhelming coconut, but it's just enough. Be like, okay, that's not gonna make me sick either. Like coconut.
That's the thing. You just need enough to be complementary to the overall flavor profile. If it's not a cohesive melding of flavors, you know, it's like when you cook and it tastes good the first day, but you know, you put it in the fridge, let it sit overnight, and go back and heat it up again. Man, it tastes so much better because the flavors got a chance to meld, you know, together.
Hey, your shirt goes great with that Luau beer, though.
I know. I figure I'd be more into the island type attitude for my Jammerthon, you know.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't even think about it, but I wore this one, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I noticed that this is the crazy part, Shagdog. Now think of this. How many years ago we wore these shirts and we were wearing them for our bowling and all that stuff, and started wearing them all the time and everything, and became trendsetters. Well, guess what now? You go into the stores now and guess what they have all over the place? Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
I was in Target the other day. Guess what they had there?
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts.
Oh yeah.
And not just any Hawaiian shirts, but they had several different brands. One in particular that you would be like surprised by was Margaritaville.
Oh really? Yeah. That's probably
Yeah.
expensive, man.
I didn't even look at the prices. I didn't even look at the shirts.
You just bought it without looking at it.
No, I didn't buy it either. It's made in China. I'm not buying it from China.
Oh really?
I'm not buying stuff like that. These Hawaiian shirts I bought it offline, online. I mean, I should say, back in the day from Hawaii, from and it was made and sewn to there and sent to the States.
Where do you think this one's made? I don't know. Let's take a guess. I'm gonna go Vietnam. I'll check the tag out for the next video.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. That's a good one too. Yeah. Vietnam, Bangladesh, Burma.
Yeah. But most likely, it doesn't look like the China one, because usually the China ones have weird collars and have a weird pattern in the cut.
I can't remember where I bought this from. I might have bought it from Bell's. Most of my Hawaiian shirts I bought from Bell's all the time, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. I got some that are probably from Taiwan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the ones that I really wanted to get and buy, I bought, and I made a point of getting them authentic Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm okay if it's a tropical place. If it came from Guam,
Yeah.
or Tahiti, or something paradise type place, I'd be okay with it. But when it's coming from China, from Belarus, Bulgaria,
I don't know. Some of the stuff it doesn't make sense why it seems like it's so much cheaper to get elsewhere. It doesn't make sense why it is, because you're talking about them importing all the materials and everything, and then making the shirt, and then turn around and shipping the shirt. Not just shipping it, but shipping across overseas. It's not just in a truck down to the store. No, it's overseas, and then processing it through. I mean, all the handling it has to go through, processing it through customs, and then loading it on trucks, and then taking it to the distribution centers, and then taking it from the distribution centers to the stores, and from the stores to the shelf.
There's only one thing that outweighs that. Could it be the 20-cent child labor per hour? Does that outweigh what the American worker makes? I mean, is that the difference? I mean,
that, and maybe the tariffs. There's no tariffs on it, and like you said, there's no safety issues over there because they run it. I don't care what you cut your finger off. That's on you.
How many kids died this week? 5. Oh, okay. Well, that's a new record.
Hey, harvest their organs. We'll sell them.
Mm-hmm. But don't forget to pimp them out later.
Yeah.
I don't condone that, though.
Your day's not done yet.
But they would probably do something like that. Make them slave labor.
I told you about the doctor that was that got out of China, and he was reporting how he was forced to do a eye surgery on a live person who was not given anesthesia or anything. He had to cut their eyes out to harvest them as donor eyes.
So
other organs. He just basically cut them out of the body while he was alive, and harvested all the organs.
On that note, Jammer, let's grade these beers.
Like I said, I give this a C and a swallow.
I'd probably give this a higher one than I did last time. I'd give it a B+ and a swallow and a quarter.
Yeah.
I'd probably go almost to an A-, but I'd like a little bit more coconut, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit is the right thing to do.
The right thing.
Yeah. Oh, you smell good.
To do. Would you like to try my sweaty balls?
Oh shit.
That's a I don't care. That's a classic Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah.
More modern one, of course, but it's a classic in the sense that it's just
Actually,
humor.
you really can't say it's more modern to these young folks because that was like
Yeah, that's true.
late '90s or early 2000s. I don't even know when that was.
Well, I'm saying it was more modern in comparison to what people would consider the real classic of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, nobody knows that.
Yeah, the real classic would be the '70s and to the '80s.
Yeah,
This is probably the '90s to 2000s.
I didn't really start watching Saturday Live until the late '80s myself. So I'm more in the late '80s into the '90s type person myself. But I have watched episodes with Dan Aykroyd and all of them. Yeah, they were good. You know, they really went downhill after all of them left, though. And all you had was Eddie Murphy and Joe Piscopo. Really, I mean.
Yeah, for a while it was just them two, and they carried it for a while, and then they brought in the others, and that came along, and that helped out quite a bit.
They start picking up at mid to late '80s. Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, Mike Myers.
What is the one that I always forget? He does an awesome Bill Clinton.
Oh, I forget his name. And he did he did Al Gore too. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, let's Google it. I'll tell you. Yeah, he did Al Gore one time when I worked for Sprint.
I forget his name. He's always.
If the one I'm thinking of, who played Clinton on Saturday Night Live? Let's see who played Clinton. Who was Clinton on Saturday Night Live? Oh fuck me, right? Daryl Hammond.
Daryl Hammond.
Yeah. He did Al Gore one
time. Yeah.
Did Norm Macdonald do him? Holy shit! That must have been hard. But Phil Hartman did Clinton a couple times too. Yeah. But Daryl Hammond was the best, and he did. When he did freaking Al Gore, because I worked for Sprint at the time, Sprint long distance, and he did during the 2000 elections, the fuck up in Florida. Yeah. He's like, if you pick this guy, you end up voting for this one. If you pick this guy, you end up voting for this guy. If you pick this guy, you end up getting switched to Sprint long distance. And I was like, oh my God, no, he didn't. And that was so true because I had customers like, how did I get switched to Sprint? And I see the code, how the account was set up. And it was like, have you been to Radio Shack lately? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, they signed you up for Sprint. You signed something. No, I got 50% off. They set out, well, that's what you signed to sign up for Sprint. Guess what?
Yeah, you got scammed.
Not really, because they probably told them. I mean, kind of slightly, silently. Oh, but they were just thinking that 50% discount or whatever it was.
Let's be honest. It's a scam.
Anything is a scam if you get a big discount.
It's a scam because you touch on it, but you don't dive deep into what it really entails. Right. You make it out that you're getting all this and you're keeping everything.
Well, a lot of them were kids doing it too and giving their parents phone numbers. Yeah. So I mean, oh my God, it was a big scam, really. Yeah, it was. But that was on Radio Shack, really. I mean, but.
And Sprint too, because they allowed Radio Shack to do it.
Yeah, both of them are pretty much out of business now, right?
Sprint got bought by T-Mobile.
Yeah, Sprint long distance for home phones. They didn't even have those companies anymore.
I don't know. Does anybody have a home phone that's hardwired anymore?
My parents did until they moved here, but
I mean.
There's probably some old people still have
as much taxes you pay on that now. Why would you want to?
Right.
I mean that they've basically made it to where it's not economical for you to get it because they say, oh, it's only $10-15, and it's only $10-15. But yeah, and then I get charged $10-15 in taxes.
Right.
Makes it $30.
Only reason to have it is if all the satellites get wiped out by the Russians or the Chinese, you might still have your landline.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this scam that's going on right now with Spectrum, right? Spectrum will go into these communities and they'll say, hey, we can get you get your people a humongous discount, for everybody in your what is that community. All you have to do is tie it into your HOA, you know,
Uh,
and what we'll do is we'll give you $25,000 to $30,000 for the HOA fund, and we'll give a discount, and you'll be locked in for 5 years. And the discount only lasts the first year, but you'll be locked in to carrying Spectrum for five.
mm,
And this is how they get these HOA communities to sign up for it. You get the board, right? They're looking at treasury, they're looking at the budget, and they're looking at the hell, well, we're upside down in the budget. Yeah, but
right.
Spectrum's offering us $30,000 to sign everybody up here in the community for what you call it, and they can get cable and internet all wrapped up together, and we could tie it into the HOA. Well, how much would we have to bump the HOA up? Well, we'd probably have to bump it up at least $70, $80, just because the fact that it's $55 to begin with,
Jabber.
and then there's taxes on it that will bump it up another $10 to $15, and then we have to have to where it covers the increases for the next couple of years, so that it doesn't seem like we're raising the HOA every year.
Yeah, when you get going to numbers, I hear more numbers. Keep compiling on the numbers.
Well, and then what happens is basically now you're locked into the HOA, and you can't, if you don't want the internet, you're still paying for it because you're paying for your HOA. Right. It's not like, if the times got hard and you wanted to cut something out of your budget, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you can't cut it out.
Are you in an HOA right now, or?
Down here in Largo, it's an HOA. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one bad thing about Florida. HOA. Even smaller type things, they don't call it HOA, or they call it a park fee or something like that, but it's still pretty much HOA.
The only good thing is that they predominantly said we don't want that. Now, if that's not the case, and most people don't want it, then we don't want that. Because everybody that was at the meeting turned around and said, hey, I'm getting internet right now. I don't have cable. I stream everything. I get internet, and I'm paying only $50 through T-Mobile.
Right.
Why do I? And it's $50.
Oh, they're doing the T-Mobile thing, the T-Mobile internet.
Some of the people had T-Mobile, and they were doing that and everything. I didn't go and say, hey, well, I get free streaming TV. All I pay for is the internet.
Right.
I didn't go into what I could do.
Yeah.
I just said, well, we don't want cable, and we don't want all that stuff. If I could do away with it altogether, I would.
I thought about the T-Mobile one, but I heard the download speed is not as good as.
That's what they were also saying. But the one guy said, I use it for work, and I have to upload things all the time, and I don't have issues. But he's only uploading documents. Yeah,
I'm worried about streaming. That's my big thing.
Yeah, well, that's why when somebody spoke up and said, well, I'm a gamer, and although the speeds would probably be better with Spectrum and everything like that, I don't want to be locked into the HOA. I don't want it to be there, because I want the ability to, if you want to bring FiOS in here, and see about getting FiOS in here, maybe we could look at that, but no.
It's all about choice, man.
Yeah, the thing is, Spectrum is doing these backroom deals with the HOA communities that might have a bad budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about it. You're upside down in your budget, and you're going to get a $30,000 infusion of cash.
Right.
That would cover a lot of stuff.
Happy Easter,
motherfuckers. Yeah. And meanwhile, you've screwed everybody in the community if you vote for it.
On a side note, Jammer, thanks to Jeff G for watching, and we do have a second viewer. That might be my mother, Jammer fan, or PA Brew News.
Or a couple other people that I know.
That's true. Well, you got a couple viewers from work, so.
Also, friends and distant.
You have other friends?
Yes. You're not the only one.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any friends watching me.
Well, heck, I'm here right now, and I'm watching you.
Well, I know.
I'm also participating.
Now, sometimes if I post it on my own Facebook, I'll get a couple watching, but about 2 or 3 maybe at the most. Yeah.
All right. You want to do one more, and that's it?
1 or 2 more.
All right. Well, you said you don't want to go too much. So
Yeah. Well, I got a light beer on the next one, and then I could throw one in the freezer, chill it up because I haven't got no cold beers.
All right. So let's do that. Let's
All
move
right.
on and get this.
Hey, you're taking too long on these videos.
Yeah, we need to speed it up a little. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all.
If we were all about just reviewing the beer, it would be less than 7 minutes, 5 minutes.
Well, with me about 12 or 14.
Less than 10.
Yeah.
We could do it less than 10. We've done it before in less.
If we didn't talk about nothing else, yeah.
Yeah, but I like how we, when you're friends and you're drinking, what do? You talk about everything.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if you're leaning forward sometimes, but your head's cut off sometimes.
Oh, well.
You're getting like this sometimes.
Look at me. I'm floating.
Hey, there you are.
How's
All
that?
right, well, that's perfect. Well, I'm Shagdog.
Jammer. Spitter Swallow Beer. Jammer Fun.
Jammer-thon this weekend.
2024.
I interrupted the weekend.
Yeah.